You know what they say in life, people? What's the quote that they say in life? The biggest occasions is what you dress the nicest to. So whatever that saying is, when you think of those occasions, one would think maybe, weddings, I don't know, graduations, I don't know, confirmations, funerals. And this event here, for me, is one of the biggest in my lifetime. My life had not been long, but it sure as hell has been long enough to see the worst manager yet my football club gone. Breaking news, Ruben Amorim has been sacked by Manchester United. And that fate of his was sealed after the outburst he had against Leeds, where he claimed that he came to the club to be the manager of Manchester United. He came to be the manager of Manchester United. And literally every single bar ESPN, every single sports site, as Ruben Amorim has been appointed as the head coach. This guy come out and said, he's not too. He goes, I'm not Tuchel, I'm not Tuchel, I'm not Conte, I'm not Mourinho. Damn right you're not. Damn right you're not. This guy, for me, his tenure, I will never forget this guy's tenure. When this guy talked about suffering in the beginning, I didn't know the suffering would last 14 months with this guy. For all you, right, and bless up to everyone, by the way. Bless up to all the Man United fans and the supporters, wherever you are with this manager. Right, but for those who have been Amorim in, have been on my case about it. For all you lot, let's take a trip down memory lane. For you lot, right? Ruben Amorim, the worst win percentage in the post-Sir Alex Ferguson era, the lowest points total per game, and a historically poor start with multiple consecutive losses. He was overseeing the worst team and the worst start since World War II and facing immense pressure despite a squad overhaul. Here are some of the key negative records and statistics for all you top Reds. This manager's got the worst win percentage. By late 2025, his win rate was amongst the lowest for any Man United manager since World War II, and potentially the very worst in the Premier League era for a top 6 club. Worst start to a season. That's number 2, people. He equaled the worst ever league start for a Man United manager, losing 5 of the first 8 league games, a feat not seen since the 1920s. And who achieved that? The Gucci Graham Potter did. Lowest points per game. His points per game average was notably lower than previous managers like Erik ten Hag. The guy who I cooked time and time again. Erik ten Hag. Shout out Jose, shout out Joe. He said it himself. It will only get worse. He said it. I did not see this coming. No one did. Erik ten Hag, when he got sacked, Jose warned us all. He said it. It was going to get worse. Bless up Jose every single damn time. That's my guy every single time. We're going to get his thoughts on this as well later on down the line. But this guy, his points per game average was worse. It was lower than Erik ten Hag and other post-Ferguson bosses. Cool. This guy brought us to our worst ever Premier League finish, finishing 15th with a minus goal difference. Losing to Tottenham Hotspur in a European Cup final. This guy has been a passenger for every single cup competition that these players carried him to last season. The defeats, Grimsby Town, what about that? Are we going to forget about Grimsby Town? What about the Manchester Derby away? How about Brentford, the times that we played them? How about those games? But we won 3 games in a row. Oh, Dave, I apologize. Where are your apologies now? You, man, can hold that. You can hold that expeditiously. You swagless top reds. All of you lot telling me, but the manager, it's the same cycle again. It's the players. This guy has rewritten the book that Jose Mourinho back in 2003. Yes, prime Jose Mourinho, guys. Prime Jose Mourinho. Chelsea still won with Terry and Carvalho. And those players there. That Jose Mourinho, the book that he wrote, the how-to book, the novel that he wrote on defensive, dull, boring, pragmatic, or they call it scumbag. Excuse my language. Defensive football. Ruben Amorim. I thought I knew, like, I'm not going to say no better than everyone else, but I thought I knew it all in football. Ruben Amorim said, no. No. Nope. Ruben Amorim said, absolutely not. That Newcastle game, he goes forward the back. The players are playing with freedom. I knew this guy hated football because what he's done in the second half, for me, he needs, bro. And people, I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep this professional, but this guy can go straight to hell. He can go straight to hell. 6 at the back. 6 defenders at the back. How sad is that? 6 at the back. This is the manager that I'm supposed to back and just blindly get behind. I said this for Ten Hag. They are just employees, people. Why do so much energy go to these players? Lenny Yours had a stinker start of a season, but he's more or less been asked to play right back. Amad Diallo, bro. Amad Diallo. A wing back for Amad? Do me a flippin' favor, people. Do me a favor. Playing this stupid 3-4-2-1 to accommodate who? Luke Shaw. Mason Mount. Really? Luke Shaw and Mason Mount. The guy who tried to get rid of Casemiro. And this is the same guy that would say, oh, I learned how to use Casemiro. Oh, now you're playing him in the big games. Ah, okay, cool. The same guy who's been trying to get rid of Xerxes since day one. That Leeds game was a flippin' criminal showing. 9 defensive players. Dorgu right hand, Xerxes bench. Comes off the bench, immediate impact. This guy is an absolute criminal. Whatever maximum security prison that Ten Hag is in, send Ruben Amorim to the same one. Both of them need to face the jury. They need to be put in front of a stand and a judge for the crimes that Ruben Amorim, has committed against football. Not playing Kobe Mainu, finding every single excuse. Ugarte ahead of him in the pecking order. And people were trying to rationalize it. People were starting to turn against Kobe Mainu. Sell Kobe. What's the hype with Kobe Mainu? I told you lot, Kobe Mainu would outlast this scrub. This absolute charlatan of a manager. This guy here talking about poetry, the poet, blah, blah, blah. That Grimsby game for me, I feel like I turned too late. People didn't turn by that Grimsby game. You should have known he was out his depth. I said after that Tottenham game, he should go. He should have been sacked after then. This guy's still in the job. This guy speaking in press conferences, acting as if, the club owe him something. You should be on your knees, paused, thanking that Ineos have kept doing a job longer than anyone would have thought. this Gucci Graham Potter, this Versace Paul Jewell, the Moncler Moisey, the Prada Potter, this absolute charlatan is gone. Good riddance. Good riddance, Ruben Amorim. I'm sure he's a lovely guy. I'm sure he is. I'm sure the guy is lovely outside of football. But the way this guy was treating Kobe Manu, I know that these Ineos were pro Kobe, pro Xerxes. I know they are. And I'm so glad they didn't give this guy a penny. They didn't give this guy nothing for January. They got rid of him. Far too late, and Ineos are not getting away with this either. You waited this long to get rid of him. It's mid-fucking season. But you know what they say? Better late than never. Better late than never. Who wins again, people? And it ain't actually, no, take the back. It's not even about winning. It's not even about winning, people. It's not even about that. 2025 for me, as a school year, since September 2024 and entirety of 2025, this manager sums it up in football, outside of football, with school. Imagine having Ruben Amorim and Cal Poly. Yes, I'm sorry, I'm not a part of that school anymore. So most of them are getting the smoke. They are. Ruben Amorim. Ruben Scamarim. Nothing to do with that and Cal Poly in a single flipping year, or the first 6 months, is diabolical. Let alone Ten Hag and going back to that flipping place. And this guy, he stayed in a job. They decided to keep him. The only things the one thing I will give Ruben Amorim, thank you for getting rid of Garnacho and Haaland and then Scrubs. Thank you very much. But this guy also tried to get rid of Kobe Manu, bro. Thank goodness. And for the final time, free Kobe, free Joshua Xerxes, free Kobe Manu, the freed. Do not let these guys go. Get behind him. Let Kobe play. This could be a player reborn. It's because of this manager that for me, that this guy is not in contention for a spot at the World Cup for us. It's because of this guy, Ruben Amorim. I am so glad that this guy is gone. And sometimes you don't take joy in sacking managers. I take joy in every single bit of this sacking. Ruben Amorim, listen to the people who've been on my side of this. We have been put through the wars with your haramity football, your poetry, brainwashing, manipulating all this fan base to get on your side. You absolute criminal, Ruben Amorim, and your assistants as well. Get them gone. Get them gone. And you could take Dallo, you could take Mount, you could take Bruno Ugarte with you, and fuck off. Take your sons. Take the rest of your Portuguese overseeing group. This guy is an absolute moron, sticking by the same system. This is the guy that needed to go to European final. What was it? The low from Mazraoui, like for like substitution. This manager is a flipping disgrace. Kobe Manu, 89th minute, he comes on injury time. Injury time. This guy only played youth players because he had nobody else. And you know what the Amorim, inners are going to say. Oh, he played the youth. He played the youth. And yeah, you played the youth because you literally had no one else because everyone else was injured. And even then, you don't even know how to use youth players. Jack Fletcher's a prime example. You threw him in. You threw him to the wolves. Playing him alongside Ugarte. What on earth is Jack Fletcher supposed to do? And this aren't even rating him saying he's good or bad. the way you have dissed and treated the academy players, the disrespect that you have given, the flipping, when you think about it, Carrington, this guy is throwing Carrington under the bus. He brainwashed this fan base to throw Carrington under the bus before this guy. How about we think about and remind ourselves, people? How about we remind ourselves what are the fucking standards of Manchester United Football Club? What do you think? When you think Man United Football Club, just take a moment. When you think Man United Football Club, what do you think of? 3 things, people. I don't care what people tell me. And if anyone disagrees, then I'm sorry, you're not a Man United fan. You don't know this football club. Since the Busby Babes, before that. 3 things, people. Success. Number 1. Risk. Number 2. And youth. Number 3. Ruben Amorim is anti-Man United. I said it after the Wolves game. This guy is the antithesis of everything a Man United manager stands for. This guy's a coward. This guy is an absolute coward. 5 defenders against Grimsby, 5 defenders against Wolves, 9 defensive players against Leeds. 8 in heaven at the back, saving your ass every single week since, since Maguire and De Ligt have been injured. You made Lenior look shit. And you have brainwashed this fan base in thinking that Lenior is not a top talent. He is. But he's not a right back. You've essentially asked him to play right back. This guy done the impossible, which is why I got all the energy for him. This guy done worse than Erik ten Hag. This guy can go to hell. Ruben Amorim, appointed in November of 2024, arrived at this football club. Right. This guy has been nothing but an absolute disaster. This guy has been an absolute disaster. An absolute disaster. The way, and you heard the way this guy was talking about Scholes and Gary Neville, saying, getting on to them because they're criticizing him. It's part of the fucking game. You don't like it, fucking change something about it. But no, it's you and your excuses. You try and say via poetry and your soliloquies. For those who don't know, I graduated with a bachelor's in journalism. So reading in between the lines is a fucking specialty for me. When it comes to language and all of that, I've done pretty damn well in those classes. I've done pretty damn well. It's a foundational for the flipping For the flipping major and the field that I graduated in. So I know it when I see it. But what was I met with? By people who are Man United fans, and those who are not Man United fans, you know who I'm talking about. You know who you are. I'm looking at you. Looking at you. Straight down the lens. You, man. I hope all this gave you the rage that you wanted. You wanted the crash outs. I hope you men are happy now. Where's your entertainment now? Where's it going to be? Are you going to follow Ruben Amorim where he goes next? Maybe he'll go to your clubs. Who knows? Because you lot, the ones who I'm talking about, primarily supporting clubs outside of the Premier League, you love him so much. Why not bring him to your club then? Let's see what he does. Let's see what Ruben Amorim does at your club. Let's see what he does. Let's see what this guy does at your football club. This guy and his terrorism football, good riddance. Free Kobe, free Xerxes. Free the footballers. And jail these pace and power, flipping, zero technical ability, flipping, athlete over footballing scrubs is the best way I can put it. Ruben Amorim, good riddance. Good riddance. Thanks for taking us to a European final. Thanks so much. My best memory under Ruben Amorim, if I'm being genuine, probably not really anything down to him. Probably the FA Cup game against Arsenal. But that's about it. But that was individual brilliance. Again, another game. Individual brilliance. Bail him out. Why should I be surprised? This guy is a loser. He's a loser mentality. It's about fucking time that we get rid of the sorry fucking loser mentality out my football club. People say they know the standards, but no, they pick and choose. They love to pick and choose when standards and principles apply. They love to get on, they love to, scapegoat Xerxes, whether you think Xerxes or not, they love to scapegoat Xerxes. They love doing it because this manager doesn't rate him. The Kobe Mainu thing, I was scrolling through my socials today and I saw some ESPN FC posts. I don't know who it was, but I don't know. It was a Man United keeper sell. Kobe Mainu, of course, they said sell. What's a surprise? And then they say key players like Dallo and Bruno and flipping what? Mason Mount, criminals. Bruno was supposed to leave this summer. This guy come out in an interview and said the owners don't have the courage. The owners don't have the courage to sell me. This manager wanted to keep me here. Ruben Amorim. This is the guy. This is the reason why we don't have 100 million and got new midfielders. Him. Don't blame Ineos for the fact how they didn't get him another midfielder. He wanted to keep Bruno here. He wanted to keep Bruno Fernandes at the football club and play him in this double pivot. And then it's where would you be without Bruno? The swagless rat. That cheese string of a captain. Yes, Bruno has scored some very important goals. And I will say, I probably have seen the best of Bruno under this idiot moronic manager. Because this guy is so crap, he needs people bailing him out. And if anything, Bruno's not bailed the team out. Bruno has bailed this absolute moron out of a job. So you want to what I will say? Big up to Bruno Fernandes for, being in a way so clutch that to keep this guy in a job for so long, this moronic manager. He's the worst manager in my football club's history. Comfortably, including interims. That's not even a question. I should have known the moment this guy came in and there was no, feel-good factor or even any, a bounce off these players, nothing. I should have known. When this guy kept Bruno, I knew this was the beginning of the end. 14 months of hell is finally coming to conclusion, people. It's finally coming to conclusion. And I'm so glad. Anyways, a couple more stats for all you number crunchers and the XG merchants. Ruben Amorim has 36.9% win rate. Actually, wait, no. Sorry, scratch that. Apologies, people. He's managed 63 games. Where he has won 24 of those fixtures only. And this guy has a win ratio of 38%. And you're going to say, oh, it's the players. I wonder what all your excuses are going to be. With Leeds game, playing 9 at the back. Oh, we couldn't score any more goals. No shit. Because you played a defender in the right hand. Dorgu, and I felt sorry for him. Because the guy is not an attacker. How disrespectful is that to Xerxes? What about Shea Lacey? What's he done? And people want to say he's great with young players. How having Shea Lacey be in around the first team as long as he has been, only to been given no minutes. I'm not saying he's the greatest thing since sliced bread, but give the kid a chance. And this guy never getting any minutes. Absolutely criminal. Quotes after the Leeds game, he said, I came here to be the manager of Manchester United, not to be the head coach. I know my name is not Antonio Conte, Thomas Tuchel, or Jose Mourinho, but I'm the manager of Manchester United. It's going to be like this for 18 months or until the board decide to change. I'm not going to quit. I'll do my job until another guy is coming here to replace me. He went on to say, I just want to say that I'm going to be the manager of this team and not just the coach. I was really clear on that, and that is going to finish in 18 months. So much for that. And then everyone is going to move on. That was the deal. That is my job, not to be a coach. This guy wanted to go anyways. This guy threatened to quit how many times? And this is the guy that anytime he's facing a bit of adversity, people. What inspires you about that? What inspires you about this? Wait. What inspires you about that, Pete? What inspires you about that? There's nothing inspirational on that. Nothing. Oh, my people. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I had to come out with this video. If you're in the United States, it is very early in the morning. It is very early in the morning. But this is the day I have waited for a very long time. And people, shout out to a man like Moose, by the way, for spamming my DMs and messages, calling man, ringing my phone. I'm thinking it's 3 in the morning. What could he possibly be ringing me about? Breaking news, official, Amorim, gone, comunicado. This guy is gone. And Ineos, you lot. This is your one get out of jail card. Jason Wilcox, you better be appointing the next manager. Omar Barada, looking at you, right down the lens. Hands off of anything footballing related. Leave it. Leave it be. Let Wilcox. Let the footballing people do the footballing shit. How about that? You're there for the monetary side of things, for the financials. So you stick to what you're good at. That's why you brought here to the football club. Wilcox is brought here to help with the footballing side of things. It's not that difficult, people. It is not that hard. It is really not. People all my life, Ruben Amorim. Like, people, I cannot believe it, but this is my instant reaction. Probably later down the line, we'll get more. I'll put more people on to see what they have to say. But people, there it is. To all the Amorim tears, all of the Amorim tears, people. All of the Amorim tears. All of the top reds. I have something for you. I'm about to have a bit of my favorite drink, people. A bit of my favorite fucking drink. To close off the video, a message. To close off the video, people, a message. I just want to send out my shout-outs. Shout out to all you swagless top reds and the Amerminers. I guess my letter to Ineos, it worked. I guess it worked, people. As you can see, my favorite drink. Whether you can see it, where you cannot. Whatever, people. This is what I call the swagless top reds. And yes, it is mere battle care. The swagless top reds and the Amerminers tears, people. I'm not out of beverages refreshing, people. No alcoholic beverage can top that. But anyways, people, there's been, that's been your shameless reaction, people. Let me know down in the comments below. What do you think? Am I overreacting? Am I an idiot? Am I a clown? Do I waffle too much? Or am I overly analytical? But anyways, people, hope you enjoyed this. Hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah, that's about it. Take care, people. Peace. I'm out.